According to a Weibo post that cites Google News, the sale of the George Orwell book 1984 has skyrocketed in the wake of the U.S. spy scandal. The centennial edition of the novel surged 7,000% on Amazon, with so many buyers that the website showed they only had 8 copies left in stock. Meanwhile, the hardback copy that includes both 1984 and Animal Farm also jumped more than 300%. Now, what Chinese Weibo users found interesting about the story is that most Chinese internet users have never read or even heard about the book 1984. And contrary to popular belief and the belief of many Chinese readers, 1984 is not banned in China. Chinese translations of 1984 has been available since 1985. New editions and new translations have consistently been available in China, with the newest edition in 2012. However, the book does get very little publicity in China, and of course, it's not required reading, so it is often overlooked. Now, some Weibo users commented that perhaps while the book is not banned, it's also not encouraged. However, word that the PRISM scandal has led to a massive interest in the book in America has also piqued the interest of Chinese Weibo users, and many of them are now looking into the book for the very first time. So now let's take a look at some of their thoughts and opinions.
1984 and Animal Farm are all amazing literary works. It's odd how these books are not well known in China, whereas other books, such as Dan Brown's books, are wildly popular. I just finished reading the George Orwell book, and news of the PRISM scandal comes out. I feel like I have caught up with the rest of the world. Should I be thanking the American government? I thought McCarthyism was long behind us, but it seems it had never left. It's a great book about Stalinist states. Most people that I know have never read it or even heard about it. The world described in the book felt really unbelievable decades ago, but now they exist and is a part of everyday life. I don't think the book is very good. It satisfied some people's need to project their fears, but is not a very good literary piece of work.
As Snowden's story continues to unfold in Hong Kong, some Chinese news organizations, such as the South China Morning Post, got the chance to interview the man. According to another Weibo post that cites the South China Morning Post, an exclusive interview was carried out at a secret location in the city. Snowden revealed in the interview that he plans to stay in Hong Kong until he is asked to leave, and that he will fight against the U.S. government in the courts, and that he has faith in Hong Kong's rule of law. Snowden also revealed that he was now confirmed as the subject of a criminal case, and that he neither thinks of himself as a hero nor a traitor, and that the controversial PRISM program extends to people and institutions in Hong Kong and mainland China. Now, that last bit of information was enough to sound a few alarm bells. So what do Chinese Weibo users think of Snowden's claim that the U.S. is spying on Chinese people and Chinese institutions? Well, let's take a look at a few more Weibo comments.
Americans have been spoiled by ideas of liberty and freedom that they don't respect the interests of the state. They need to rethink their political system. I think perhaps China is also doing the exact same thing as America. The only difference is that China is not as technologically advanced as America, and so we are caught, which is why America keeps accusing us of hacking. But America is also hacking. However, their methods are more sophisticated, so we don't know about it until their own people revealed their secret. I think it will be inevitable that in the future we will all have monitoring devices in our homes that keep tabs on every single citizen. I think this incident only shows that any country with a powerful government needs to control their people to stay in power. I think history is just repeating itself. Looking back at Chinese history, governments have always kept tabs on its population and oppressed the people. It is simply the way the world works.
Snowden has been in Hong Kong since May 20th, when he fled his home in Hawaii to take refuge in the Chinese city. Snowden believes that there are more than 61,000 NSA hacking operations globally, with hundreds of targets in Hong Kong and on the mainland. Snowden also picked a very sensitive time to become a whistleblower, since President Obama and President Xi just had a summit in California where one of the key issues that both men talked about was cyber hacking. Now, a lot of Chinese internet users feel that due to Snowden's whistleblowing, the U.S. will no longer have the moral high ground to accuse China of hacking and cyber attacks.